Yeah. Hey. Welcome to the network.
Yo, squad. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy Blaze on the Knife Wonder. Welcome to the Dope Bar. We have an amazing guest in the building. Very times a million talented. Jordyn, how are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing amazing. Just the unique spelling of your name. I want to jump and dive right into that because I love the way that it looks. It just looks good, you know. So explain the unique the unique spelling.
For my first name, Jordyn with a Y.
Yeah, well
I
both.
don't know. My parents just yeah. My so
Also,
my first
your
name
name.
they chose to spell. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was an artist name. So yeah, this is your actual name.
Yeah, that's my first. So my artist name is my first and middle name. So my middle name is from my grandma. It's pronounced Marlys because
Yes.
everyone pronounces it wrong. It's Marlys, but my first name is Jordyn with a Y. I don't know why my parents chose to do that. To be honest.
Well, that's fine. Well, my actual name is Blaze Hunter. So, it's a shout out to, cool names, you know what I'm saying? We both got definitely
Right.
so let's dive right into it. Like what inspired you, to integrate, your personal struggles with things you dealt with for this project, Project 22, not yours.
So this was like the first project I ever worked on. I had worked on different singles, trying to learn how to produce and sing better. And throughout college, I took vocal lessons. But with this project, I just thought about, everything I went through as a 22-year-old
Yeah.
and kind of trying to write songs about it. So I would produce different beats, go record myself, write down lyrics that seemed kind of relevant to what I was going through. And then I got help with some like co-production from some friends. And yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
That's amazing. When did you start learning how to kind of produce on your own?
Um, I feel like I started maybe around 2019, but I didn't really take it seriously until probably a year ago. Yeah.
That's crazy. What was it that
Yeah.
made you take it serious?
I was just kind of sick of relying on other people, and I just am very independent, and I like I like to do things myself, and I like to do things the way I want them. So sometimes I would hear something, I want it to sound like this, but somebody else can't bring your vision to life. So I had to be able to learn how to do it myself.
A freaking man. Understand that the reason I have a platform is that exact feeling. When I was way back in the day trying to do this on my own, there were no like, all right, I need to get this out or get this done, and there was nobody. So same producing, writing, graphic design, so on and so forth. So trust
Right.
me, I feel you on that. That's also
Hmm.
so it's been taken serious this last year. So before then, even though you knew how to do it, you just didn't assume that you would have to be the one being the main producer. You figured that you would be able to have other producers step in and do their freaking jobs, apparently.
Right. Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, I kind of just like assumed I would work with people. I didn't really take music that seriously, honestly, until probably about 2 years ago. I mean, I went to college for music and music business, but I was planning on doing like music therapy or something. So yeah, I think once I started taking myself as an artist more seriously, that's when I was like, okay, you know.
So how did all the classes that you took in college for music, how is that helping you currently in your music?
I think like when I look back at like 2019 when I first, graduated high school to like the end of my college. So I graduated from my undergrad in 2022. So it was only 3 years. I I took a lot of vocal lessons, production, music theory, music history. Um, and I think I found like my style through it all.
Yeah,
Starting out, I think I was just kind of conforming to the style of others around me and like singing covers,
yeah.
writing my own songs, but I never thought that they were good. And now I'm at a point where I have my own style, so I know I can make a beat and
Nice.
sing on it in a way that's me, you know.
That's so good. That's another rare thing because everyone wants to try to sound like everybody else. You hear so many people there's like, oh, I want that they sound like this. Or we already have a Rihanna. We don't need you to sound like Rihanna. We already have you know what I'm saying? So it's cool that you have your own unique style. I freaking love that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Like, what
Yeah.
who inspired because I feel like we all have a musical inspiration. Who was your musical inspiration that made you even want to dive into the field of music?
Honestly, Russ is one of my favorite artists. I listened to him a lot in high school because I just loved how he produced and like engineered and he did everything. So I think artists, it was the artists that were doing everything themselves that motivated me because I thought it was just
Yeah,
really cool that they could do that. So I love
yeah,
Russ, but I also love like Brent Fayez, Billie Eilish. I like how she has a soft voice and she was
yeah.
able to kind of make it powerful in a way because I think my voice is a little bit softer as well. So I always looked up to that as like you don't need to be screaming out your vocals, to
Facts,
have a powerful song. Yeah, right.
big freaking facts. Yeah, there. You got those artists like what's the name, like those extra southern gospel artists that's like, yeah, and then
Yeah.
and doing all that. Yeah,
Right. Cool. It's cool. It's cool, but I think it's also cool when you can sing quiet and it's powerful. It still like hits in a way
exactly.
that gives you chills. Yeah.
To me that's it's more impressive to me because again, I won't say anyone can do loud vocals and sound good, but a lot of times that's a cop out for people. You ever been to like a concert where someone's singing even though they're singing good, the crowd ain't really, they're just normal, and then when they hit whatever high
Yeah.
note, woo, it's like, to me it's like the cop out, you know.
Mm,
So yeah,
right.
it's definitely.
It's a way to
Mhm.
engage them. Yeah, for sure.
So I noticed, I like to do my due diligence and look up, the artists or whatnot. So I noticed I haven't, unless I didn't look hard enough, I haven't seen any music videos or on YouTube yet. So do you have any music videos yet? So
No, I did not. I didn't take it for this project yet.
so
Mhm.
you are planning on getting some done though.
We don't have any planned, but I need to. I
Yeah,
hate taking videos. I hate taking pictures. I know like people are like how find it hard to believe. They're like, why? I don't know why. I just hate it.
man, look, that is not like, even though, because clearly you're something like anyone would be amazing to, like, oh my god, look at her, she's beautiful. But I get it. I know a lot of people. One of my best friends, she models, but she's a model and hate having videos and taking pictures of herself. So I definitely get it and I
Right.
understand.
Yeah, so
So
I need to get on my comfort a little bit. I need to like
yeah,
put myself out there more and I'm trying to like I take videos for my Instagram and
yeah.
whatnot, but
Speaking of the Instagram, I noticed that you have the Instagram on private. Now, normally, as an artist, when it comes to artists, I always encourage people not to have it on private. Obviously, because it's harder for people to find on. Like, say if someone's just coming across and then the profile is there, but it's private. then a lot of times it get lost in translation. Normally it's like private accounts that you put on private. So why is the IG on private?
So I go back and forth between private and public a lot. I don't know why. Some days I'm just like, I don't know why today I don't really want the public to see this. I want people that follow me to see this. But I don't know why, but like there's just there was this week. I think I just randomly turned it back to private like a day or two ago.
Yeah.
But you're right. And I'm aware of that because my reels like they get good views if I post them, on public because people share them and people just
Exactly.
see them obviously. And on private they won't be seen like that. I think it's just like an internal thing where sometimes I'm just like I feel like
Yeah.
hiding and
I get it, and I love what I love about this interview already is from I will say the last 10 that I had. I love the fact that your approach is different. Your mindset is different. You're currently a lot of people talk about they're on the other side of what you're feeling right now, and it's interesting to me that you're currently in this stage because this is like you're like when you pop off there's no escaping the freaking public eye, and unfortunately it's a crap load of negativity, and 90% of it ain't even true. It's just it could be
yeah.
something as simple as you are like doing a video and you're just moving your hands around and then they get a pause like that, and it's
Yeah.
she's so disrespectful and millions
Right.
of people go on it. So I always say that mental health literally is like one of the biggest parts of dealing with this music industry. So what are some steps do you believe that that you may be taking to kind of prepare yourself to get to that place, to get to the other side of it? Or do you think that you'll never be on the other side of it?
No, I hope I am on the other side of it. I think it's just kind of becoming more confident in like my music itself because I'm shy. Like I'm genuinely a shy person. I've always been. So
Uh-huh.
even sharing my music, I don't like to listen to my own music, especially like in front of other people. I don't. Yeah, I don't like to show it to people like when I'm there. I'm like, I'll send it to you. You can listen to it when I'm not around,
Yeah.
but don't play it when I'm there because I
Oh
just
my
I don't
God.
know. I get shy and I'm like I always think people are judging me, but I
Yeah.
know I'm on like a journey right now where I'm just I accept who I am and like I love everything I'm
Yeah.
doing and no matter what happens to the music, I know that I love doing it. I love making it. Like there's a reason I made that song. Like it's therapy
Yeah.
for me. So
Yeah.
if it blows up and like somebody likes it, then that's great. So I think I'm kind of
Yeah.
like working through that.
Yeah, it's definitely a process. So like I would definitely encourage take take your time. Even though it's like in music it's like, oh well, you can blow up any minute now, so you got to get over it. No, take your time and don't put yourself in a position to where you're not ready, and then it becomes even worse. I like I truly admire, honestly, the fact that you're even taking the interview and you're putting yourself out there to come out more and more and adjust this. Just figure out things that help you break the comfort zone. Like a lot of people close themselves in a box where it's just music, but there's a lot more than just music. Like discover like different hobbies and different things. With us being in this social media era now, it's like it could be just the products that you put in your hair, unpackaging Amazon things. There are a
Right.
lot of different ways to engage with your audience to ease in.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Definitely. I can't wait to dive in, but y'all already know how we do, man. Y'all always know we always got to pay these beautiful bills. So, we'll be right back. Y'all know what it is, man. We got Jordyn Marlys in the freaking building, and we're getting it popping. We'll be right back.
Man, it's crazy. Trying to tell me I done had 100,000 streams. and all I got is $300. It's crazy, man. So you missed the 100,000 streams. Yeah, 100,000, 100K, baby. Yeah, but what you made? What? $300? Yeah, only 300. Yeah, well, I'm making way more than that over on Muse IQ. Muse IQ? Oh yeah, with just my 1,000 fans validating me one time per month, I'm making $1,000. 1,000 per month. A month?
Yo. Welcome back, man. It's your boy Blaze on the Knife Wonder. Shout out to Muse IQ, artists, anybody out there, artists who want to get on Muse IQ, museiq.io. Get on there. It's much different from Spotify, Apple, and all of those other different streaming platforms because it's not pay per stream. You get a situation where your fans could pay you out of their monthly subscription. So check it out, museiq.io. Y'all know what time it is. We're back with Jordyn Marlys. Man, yeah, I definitely want to dive in some more. So obviously I was I was reading, and I know that you're in the right now. Are you currently in Chicago, or are you from Chicago?
No, I'm back in. So I was there the last 5 years for school. I got my undergrad and my master's, and then I came back to Wisconsin. Not too long ago.
So what role? Because obviously there's so much that surrounds when it comes to just the Chi in general. There's always all of the reports of all the criminal activity, but there's also reports of how the culture is for music. Like outside of just school, how has Chicago played an effect in your life in the last 5 years?
I think it definitely, I mean, I saw a lot of things. I was able to go into a lot of different studios with different artists, work with different people, which I think is what kind of helped me find what I liked in my style. I got to learn, that's kind of how I got into like engineering too. Like I used to just watch people who did it, and then I was like, oh, I want to do it. Because I was like, oh, I'm independent, I need to do it. So then that's why I went and got my like Avid Pro Tools certification. So I was like, okay, let's do it.
Let's go.
But yeah, just like being out and around, like there's so much culture in the city. There's so many places to go, so many things to see and just like get inspiration from. Even just having fun, like experiencing life, that all influenced how I was able to write about everything I did.
Have you done any live performances yet?
Not recently. I've only done probably like 2 my whole life. Besides like church, because I grew up singing church choir, and I've helped sing at a couple weddings in churches for people. I love doing that, and I do want to get more into that. But I'm also trying to put myself out there and perform more often.
Yeah. I mean that's another another way to use kind of as a practice, for your own stuff as well. Like because obviously you're on stage, you're in front of people, and I know it's normally easier when you're in those certain settings because it's kind of these are the settings you're supposed to be, is not as personable, So I definitely get it, but definitely I encourage you to definitely get into more of those things because it'll really help break the ice when you start doing the live performances. And I noticed that you opened up about some of the physical and mental and emotional challenges that you've dealt with, and again, I applaud you for opening up about those things. Do you feel like with some of those things, are they still a situation that you're kind of working through now, or do you feel like you maybe are past those and on to new things, new challenges?
Yeah, I mean, definitely some of the things I went through, like, I mean, getting diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was younger, and like, fracturing my back and losing my athletic career, and like going to inpatient care for eating disorder, like all those things were challenging.
Yeah,
They pushed me to find myself and like grow up a little quicker, I think.
yeah,
Um, and I think I'm past those like difficulties. I mean, it's sometimes it's hard to, I think back on things and I get sad, but
yeah.
I think I'm in a place where, you know, I'm focusing on myself. I'm moving past those things that I went through, and I just
That's
know
good.
that it's like part of my story now.
Yeah, that's encouraging. Yeah, I currently live with lupus and myositis, so there was a time, I would say 4 years ago, where it was on another level of bad, and I obviously healed through it. But during that time, when I look back at it, people, there are people that'll be like, "Oh, well, you're healed in the name of this and da 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 da." And I always tell them like, I don't see it as something that I would erase or change, because for me, when I had lupus and myositis, when it was bad, I could barely walk. I had to use crutches sometimes, a wheelchair sometimes. Took forever to put on socks. My joints were weak. It like literally I would have to ask for help to open the bottle of water. Like, I appreciate opening the freaking bottle of water all the time now, because there was a time where I couldn't.
Uh,
But one of the things I thank God about the most in those situations was the
mhm,
whole thing about doing a lot of stuff yourself. Before then, I worked at I was the director of music for Universal Music. So after I left, the company, I didn't want, I'm like, all right, I didn't want to get into another music label situation, because working for the label, I saw all the horrors of why people don't like labels. So I was like, what could I do to continue this? And I really had to learn a lot of stuff myself. And me having the lupus, it put me in a position to start, because I couldn't do all the things I used to do with helping everyone. I had to focus on myself, and it forced me
yeah,
to really enhance all of those other things. And started my radio station, started the TV network, started, got in the magazine, got the children. Like, I was able to launch the business. So, are there some ways? I say all of that to say, are there some ways where the things that you went through, the eating disorder and that recovery, or do you
mhm.
feel like there was the birth of something positive for you in your life now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's kind of the same mindset that you have, where I appreciate everything I went through, because I just got this tattoo not that long ago. It says resilience, because I think it it's what it did. Like, it gives you
Yeah,
resilience to get through anything. I'm not like scared of anything that comes at me. I feel
that's
like
good.
I've been through the worst of the worst. So it's like, I was at my lowest of lows, and I made it back up.
Yeah,
So I know that anytime something happens, I can get through it.
yeah.
And I definitely would not be with you today if all of that didn't happen in the way it did.
Come on, I
Yeah.
love it. I freaking love it. So if you weren't doing music, if music wasn't the thing, what would Jordyn Marlys be doing?
If I never, oh my gosh. So yeah, when I went to the inpatient treatment facility, after when I was an outpatient, I started doing music therapy. And that's
Yeah,
like when I started writing music. And that was like my senior year of high school. But I would say if I didn't go through that before that, I was planning to go. I was committed to the school for biochemical engineering. Like, I was a big nerd. So honestly, I would probably be a little engineer doing, I don't know, doing something or working in the medical field.
I,
I
I
think
love
that's
it
what I
because
would be doing.
I love it because a lot of the things that you do right now musically, because it's always it's for people being inspired and being affected by the music. Your choices to that's not music are also in the field of helping people. That's cool. What do you think in your life? Anything that happened in your life, before high school, during it, that it kind of inspired you to want to have that foundation of helping people? What do you think birthed that?
Hmm. I grew up like very involved. I went to like private school. I was very involved with like volunteering, you know,
Nice.
church things. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I always have had like a soft spot for people that
I
don't
love
have
it.
as much. And like, I was fortunate the way I grew up, and I'm aware of that. And my parents, like, but they always made sure that, like, we had to work for everything we had. So even though I could have maybe not had a job at 15, I still did. Like, I worked all throughout like high school, college. Like, I don't know. So I feel like the way my parents helped raise me is kind of how I was able to, you know, always have
I
that
love
soft
it.
spot to help people.
Shout out the parents out there, man. Shout out to the parents that's paying attention
Yeah.
and taking care of their kids. Y'all, if whoever listening, y'all ain't parents that's taking care of your kids, take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? They become people that want to help people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
so, so what are your plans for this next half, the second half of 2024, leading into 2025? Where is the name, the brand Jordyn Marlys gonna be? What do you want it to be?
So, what do I want it to be? Um, Good question. I want it to be. I want it to be my full time career. I want it to be something that obviously still makes me happy making music and still my therapy, but that like I can do it for a living.
Yeah,
I don't really care how many people like it. I just hope the people that do are genuine about it and they feel something from my music. I think that's it.
I love I freaking love it. Like
Yeah.
I'm just imagining and seeing like instead of even though I'm not saying that you're never going to do huge concerts, but I see things in
Mhm,
an intimate setting. I see the
mhm,
concert being more where the audience there are people who relate and have gone through similar things. You talk to them through it, and I can just see it all. I see nice I see very impactful things for you, and that's cool, man. That's real cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I look for. Like something impactful and like also to like be I don't know what's the word. Be like an influence to other women in the industry to like learn how to
Yeah,
engineer and learn how to produce. I feel like a lot of it's kind of like a guy thing to do or whatever. But you know,
yeah.
girls can do it
I
too.
mean, yeah. I'm very inspired, and I love to see more women in the field. I'm also an engineer, and coming
Mhm,
up, I started in 2003, it's like over 20 years ago. I started engineering, and like
mhm,
the last 4 years, or now maybe 3 years, I've seen a lot more women in the field of engineering, and I freaking love that. I love it a lot, and
mhm.
yeah, it's dope just to see, um, like not to be like a feminist or nothing, but women empowerment across the board. I love the WNBA, like, and women's basketball is becoming. And I'm a wrestling fan. I like watching, different wrestling and stuff. And I love seeing the women are, main eventing shows now. It's the level of equality is amazing. So I love that. So,
Yep.
last question, and then I'll let you be. So, if there's anything you can say to anyone that's watching right now, what the floor is yours. What do you want to say to them?
Mm. To anybody.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I would say never let go of your dreams. Like, do what you want to do. Don't be influenced by other people and what they want you to do.
Yes.
And like, this is your life, so you have to decide how you want to live it.
Yeah, man.
That's all I'm
That's
trying to
freaking
say.
powerful. That's freaking powerful because
Yeah,
with someone who is shy, with someone who that's going through the thing that you're going through, to have the ability to do a lot of these things yourself, to engineer, to want to do music, to be doing this interview, it shows that that mindset is what's pushing you, and it's freaking powerful, man. Thank you so much for this. I needed this, and I know there's going to be so many people who watch this that are going to need this too, because people just assume when you get into the hot seat, it's someone who is over the top, uh, confident, and a lot of time people can't relate to that because they're not, and it shows that you don't have to be, over the top confident, flashy, showing off, and you still can
right.
be impactful and powerful. So
Yeah,
I applaud you.
remember?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is. Blaze It Up Radio in the building, Signature Series Network. This has been Welcome to the Dope Bar. This is Jordyn Marlys. We out this beast. You have a good one, though.
Yeah. Hey. Welcome to the network.